What if I told you there is a weapon that doesn't destroy cities, doesn't collapse buildings, but can strip the earth of its ability to breathe for an entire century, a weapon that doesn't kill with fire, but with time? Would you still believe the most powerful bomb in the world is the one with the biggest explosion? Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell. Support us by liking. From the very first day, humans were never satisfied with the weapon they held in their hands. They always wanted, somehow, to make it stronger, so others would fear them. This story has continued until today, and humans are still not satisfied. You know, the atomic bomb, when it explodes, it wipes out all life in that area. But there is something even stronger than that. The hydrogen bomb.It is similar to the atomic bomb, but with far greater explosive power, and far more deadly radiation. Do you think the technology behind the hydrogen bomb satisfied humanity, or are they searching for something even stronger? I have to tell you, yes, they are still searching for something stronger. One of the most powerful weapons technology knows, but has not yet been built, is the Cobalt Bomb. You know that in 1945, the first atomic bomb was built and tested. The success of that test led to two of those bombs being dropped on Japanese soil, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know what the atomic bomb did to those two cities. Now, we're not here to discuss who was right or wrong, but after those two explosions, the Americans were still not satisfied with the destructive power. So in 1950, the concept of the Cobalt Bomb was created. The difference between an atomic bomb and a cobalt bomb is this: an atomic bomb is made using uranium or plutonium, but a cobalt bomb is made using cobalt-59. Don't think that the cobalt bomb has a bigger explosion, or causes more destruction, or creates more fire and light. In that sense, it is not stronger than an atomic bomb. But its deadly point is something else entirely. This bomb releases an extreme amount of radioactive radiation. Many scientists call the Cobalt Bomb a dirty bomb. You know that the largest atomic bomb ever tested was the Tsar Bomba, with a power of 100 megatons. With the Tsar Bomba, you could level any city, even huge cities like London or Paris. But the Cobalt Bomb doesn't have that kind of power. It won't flatten cities. However, when it explodes in one location, Cobalt-59 turns into Cobalt-60, and its radiation spreads rapidly. These deadly rays, unlike the radiation from atomic bombs, which fades after a few years, do not disappear. They remain for decades. Anyone who enters that area is sentenced to death. They say the radiation from a cobalt bomb can last up to a century. And where does it stay? Not just where it exploded. It starts moving outward from the center of the blast. The radius of deadly radiation grows larger and larger. A scientist named Stephen Schwartz says, for example, if a cobalt bomb exploded in Washington, not only would it contaminate all of the United States, Canada and Mexico would also be contaminated. If only 9 grams of cobalt were used in a cobalt bomb, the explosion itself wouldn't cause much physical destruction. What gets destroyed is life. 9 grams of cobalt would wipe out all of New York and Manhattan, in a way that no living being could breathe there for many years. If a healthy human breathes the air around this bomb, they won't survive more than 2 weeks, because before cancer even forms, radioactive poisoning does its job. Now, if that person stands in that environment and breathes for just 1 hour, in that single hour, the seed of cancer forms in their body, and begins to grow. Pay attention, This bomb contains only 9 grams of cobalt-60. Scientists say, in the area where this small bomb explodes, if you want to breathe safely for just one day, without protective equipment, you would need to leave, and come back 53 years later. And even then, maybe you could stay and breathe for only one day. If you stay longer than one day, you will get cancer. After 100 years, only then does life barely become possible again, and even then, the cancer rate would be extremely high, because radiation levels would still be higher than normal. If you want the area to become completely clean, you would need to wait 140 years, all of that, for a bomb that contains only 9 grams of cobalt-60. The Cobalt Bomb has another name. They call it the Doomsday Bomb. A bomb that ends the world. 9 grams of cobalt-60 would remove New York City and all its suburbs from existence for 140 years. Now imagine, instead of 9 grams, what if it were 1 kilogram, or 10 kilograms, or more? Look at the catastrophe that would follow. Scientists say, with enough cobalt, this bomb could end the entire world. They say if several bombs were built, containing a total of 500 tons of cobalt-60, the world would be completely destroyed. All buildings would still be standing, highways, houses, cities, all intact, but this bomb works only on living beings. It kills everything. No one survives, even plants die, everything dries up. They say maybe only one living creature would survive, and perhaps microscopic life might continue, but that one creature that survives, who do you think it is? You can guess that we all know it. The one that survives is the one that can even adapt to cobalt-60 and continue living. If you've seen the video about cockroaches, you know what kind of life they love. Now, as we said, this bomb has still not been built, even though its concept and design are over 70 years old. Fortunately, it has not been made, however. Cobalt-60 is used in the world today. Its main use is sterilizing surgical and medical equipment, and sometimes, it is even used in nuclear treatments. As far as we know, no one has built this bomb, even the Soviet Union, which built every kind of bomb imaginable. If they built it, no one knows. The technology for this bomb exists, not only in the United States, but in many countries. But we don't know if anyone has actually made it. If you've seen the James Bond movie Goldfinger, it's an old film, from 1964. There is a bomb in that movie that James Bond tries to stop. That bomb is a cobalt bomb. They even mention it directly in the film. On one hand, we see that humans have at least a little wisdom, because if they didn't, they would have built this bomb already. On the other hand, we're afraid that maybe they have built it, and just haven't revealed it. I hope such things are never tested. So maybe the real question is not how powerful our weapons can become, but how far our fear is willing to go, because every weapon humanity creates is born from the same idea: fear of others, fear of being weak, fear of losing control. The Cobalt Bomb is not terrifying because of its explosion. It is terrifying because it shows how far technology can go. Wisdom does not go with it. A weapon that doesn't destroy buildings, doesn't erase cities, but erases life itself, and maybe that is why it has never been built, not because we can't, but because somewhere, deep down, we know that once such a weapon exists, there is no victory. No enemy. No survivors, only silence, and the greatest danger humanity faces not the weapons it holds, but the moment it decides that fear is more important than life.